Hey, welcome back to Off Camera Facts. I'm Meg.
I'm Kevin.
All right, so our topic today is how did you know where to take the business? Well, kind of couple of things. How did you know you were headed in the right direction? And then what are your markers for success? And then what are you proud of?
All right. Well, we're going to start with...
How did you know where to take the business?
Yeah, how did I know where to take the business when I had no experience in operating a business?
Yeah.
So just on pure instinct, going back, my parents did own a business, and just remembering on how my dad would manage his business and how hard he worked and how organized he was, I just kind of, took that, whatever I knew, that influence.
Yeah.
From all the years of seeing how he operated his manufacturing business.
But you're not like talking to them during, say, 2008 and going, how do I?
Yeah.
Or I'm doing this like.
I mean, during that time, I was asking my dad about structuring your prices and everything, and what knowledge he had during that time.
Yeah.
And, he did help me in ways like, hey, the economy is bad. I don't think you should be increasing your prices just because you're popular during that time, or you're picking up steam. Just ride it out. So he'll give me business advice here and there. But in knowing in terms of style and where to take the business in the right direction, it's purely I just kind of look at a handful of photographers that I really like at the time.
Yeah.
And this was way before Instagram, any other social media was even available. Like, the only thing that was available during our time was Blogger and WordPress, and which we still use today.
Yeah.
But you would have to search local photographers. You couldn't see photographers, or you don't even know of these photographers from different parts of the world, although they were probably really good as well,
Yeah.
But, I started with what I knew and photographers that I know that was local in Orange County. And I just looked at their work and was like, hey, I like that style. I like the approach of how they're posing their couples and implementing how fun it is during the session.
How'd you know how much to charge? Is it based on what they charged?
So starting off, I did have two mentors. And at the time, it was Henry Chen Photography and Doug from Furious Photographers, and also his brother, Lawrence, who basically guided me in a system that worked for their business. And it was a basic foundation for me to build my business. But at the time, I wasn't really interested in operating a business just yet, because I was still learning photography.
So you were only interested in the art part?
I was only interested in the craft, yeah. And that's what I was most passionate about, right? And that's what hooked me, because it was something that I could be good at.
Yeah, yeah. You think you need that first, or can somebody still approach photography and be all about the business side? Or do you need to be?
No, I think in order to start a business, you have to be very passionate about it. You have to have that drive. And if you don't have that drive, or you can be a business owner, but if you don't have the right players with that drive, your business is not going to go anywhere. There is no feel to the product, right? So I feel it's important during that time. I was almost addicted to photography, in which I was. And it was photography day and night, just learning every little thing, learning the usage of light, and being able to play different hats as well in tough situations when the wedding is delayed, which most weddings are never on time, like we always say.
Yeah.
You just needed to practice before you can even think about where you're going to take your business.
So what was the basic structure or formula or basic that you were what was your goal, I guess, formula?
I would say my goal was first get good at the craft, right? So know the basic foundation of your settings that you feel that you love in terms of it all starts with the camera, right? Mm-hmm. At the time, the camera was a 5D Mark II made by Canon. And that was like the best camera at the time. Not the flagship, but it was good enough to get the work done. And you wanted nice bokeh and all that, right? You want some artistic photos. So how are you going to achieve that? You have to have the right tools, right? So the right lenses. And I had a bunch of prime lenses that I was interested in using on a wedding, and we bought so many equipment. So I used everything until the point I felt, okay, these are my go-to equipment to achieve the image that I want.
Well, what about the photographer or the person behind? Because I know a lot of people who are kind of gearheads, but they never could do, not never, but like they couldn't do what we asked them to do in an artistic sense.
Yeah, I would say it all comes down with vision. Mm-hmm. If you have the right vision and what you want in that particular setting, then, and you got the right tools to do it, then yeah, it all starts with a vision, really.
Yeah. So not the camera.
Yeah, it's not the camera. The camera is just a tool to get you that vision that you want.
Yeah.
But to steer the ship and everything, it always comes to like, okay, the place and time and where you're at, the setting, right? Mm-hmm. And you can't control the weather, you can't control the lighting, you can't control clouds rolling in. You just need to play what you know, right? That's why practice is so important.
Yeah.
And if you practice in all different situations, whenever I tell all of our second photographers and any photographer that I train, you can't control where you're at, especially on a wedding day. But what you can control is when you practice on your off time. And that's what we did.
Yeah. Day in, day out. And then not only that, so those are three things, right? So you got equipment, you got a vision.
You got a vision.
And then you
got passion to feel your drive.
You also have to like be able to pull emotion out of your subject too. Because we've had that. Yeah, I'm passionate. Yeah, I got good equipment. But now how are you going to deal with the subject and like get the right emotion, expressions, the right pose, right? So what would you call that?
Yeah, without forcefully making it look so staged, right? Mm-hmm. So,
what do you call that skill? What's that called?
I would say it's all about communication skill and customer service. It comes down to essentially customer service with opposing skill. Mm-hmm. You're doing both at the same time.
Yeah. Are you having a good time?
You're communicating in a gentle way, not an aggressive way and so abrupt and intrusive, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, you're trying to keep things light.
Yeah.
And that was my goal.
And fun.
And fun.
Yeah.
And I always felt like if I'm having fun, my couples are having fun.
So there's basically three pillars to this that I'm hearing anyway.
Yeah, like all that
encompassed in the passion. There's a passion, and that you can go get the equipment, go have the vision, have the communication skill. Does that sound correct?
That sounds correct, yeah.
Okay. All right.
So basically in pushing the business in the correct direction, it all started with me because at the time it was my name, my company, and you were learning photography at the time as well, and it was up to me to train you in a particular style based on what I know and what I'm influenced by and what I love our style to be. Mm-hmm. Right, and our style at the time was very photojournalistic involved with implementing, and it's still true to today. It's still photojournalistic, a little bit more editorial today versus before. Before it was about lighting and architecture and how the background also meets the couple's emotion and how everything encompasses together. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Okay.
So how do I know?
So as the years roll by, like that's the beginning, right?
That's the beginning.
And then I think what this question is also kind of asking is like, as the years go on and maybe you win some, you lose some, like how do you know how to steer the ship as the ship is moving through intrepid water? You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're not perfect. I mean, no human is perfect in art. And the thing with photography and wedding photography, you're shooting someone's day.
Specifically wedding photography, yeah.
It's hard. I mean, it's an emotional roller coaster because you're receiving feedback from couples as well. You're receiving feedback from couples on the fly as you're shooting, as you're showing off your work, and you have to listen. You have to be a great listener, obviously, right? Because you want to make them look beautiful. You want them to look their best in these photos.
And feel their best.
So you're gauging, you're reading them throughout the session, if it's an engagement session, and on the wedding day, you're remembering your experience with them during the engagement, and you're bringing it to the wedding day.
And what about the business?
And the business, in terms of...
Like, how are you making... You're getting feedback all the time. How are you making decisions? You're not making decisions all the time, are you?
Oh, yeah. You're making decisions in the back end and selecting, like, for example, when it comes to marketing, you want to put out your best work out there online. You want them to see this is your style. This is the way you shoot.
Yeah.
And you're very passionate in this particular style.
Yeah.
And you can always keep on doing it. You can implement that style in various different like locations and from nature to city.
Can you break down, like, because I know like our back end is very detailed and it's very like there's a lot of steps, I would say. You can't just like hand off what we do in the back end to somebody else.
Yeah.
So
so hard.
What's your thought, without going into too much detail because that would be boring as hell, but like what's your thought process as to why you did that in the back end? You know, why is it so very detailed?
Well, my train of thought is to be everywhere. Like our work and what we produce, right? We want to be known. So I would go into detail in everything and tag everything, tag all the photos, right? So if people are getting married at a specific venue and they come across us, this is what they're going to get if they're interested in hiring us.
You're focusing on venues?
I'm focusing on venues, locations. It's almost being an influencer back in the day, but you're an influencer for wedding couples.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you feel like you want to add anything to that and what you saw during that time?
Oh, I'm just like in my brain, I'm even sometimes like thinking about how we blog, right?
I would say you were a big part in the marketing because you read a lot of books. Again, I don't read a lot as much as you, but you brought your knowledge to make a website that's most importantly what couples are wanting to know about us.
Oh yeah. Well,
I remember you were like, "Hey, your website is not personable. It's all business. Like you have to show your face. You gotta show your team."
Oh, okay, that's what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah.
No, but you before I had anything to do with it, I remember your process being like, it was super artistic. Remember, it even had music.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, that was the thing back in the day. The music plays with the website.
I mean, it's still relative to today. You can add music to your
reels and all that stuff, right? It's the same thing, but on a website. And you were a very thoughtful writer too. And I think what I was trying to ask you is like, you really put your artist heart on the page, like in the marketing, and like people would, I think, see that and feel that like subconsciously because it was very, very artistic. And then as the years roll by, now it was about like algorithms and clicks and bounce rates, and so we started getting data to influence our marketing.
And yeah, things start to change where you become more of a business owner than an artist.
Right? Yeah. So I think as the years go by, in terms of like how are we steering the business, in the beginning it was so artist forward. And then as the years go by, you're like, now I got to bring in the business because I got to make the money.
That's true.
And I got to balance again the artist, right?
The artist.
So there's this like back and forth push and pull of artist and business owner.
I would say right now it's all artists currently.
Currently? Oh, okay.
Yeah, we are doing so many different things in the back end.
Yeah.
Like different trials.
That's artist focused.
That's artist focused.
That's
like,
cool.
We're trying to implement 35 millimeter. We're trying to do this and like.
Please don't do that.
Just to keep up to the times,
Well, I like that on a personal note for sure. But I think what's cool is that we've had the grace to be here for a long time, right? So we don't have to worry so much about business versus, say, a startup, right? Where they're like, are my prices right? Like, is my product good? Like, all of that is second nature almost. So you have, again, the luxury to be artistic. But when you're first starting out, maybe it's really about more business stuff and putting food on the table, so to speak, right?
Sort of. I mean, you still got to be artistic. You still got to keep up with the times. Like, it's almost like fashion, like we said in other videos. Like, we have to still keep up with the trends, but still stay true within our style and how we photograph. I say the way we photograph will never change. It will always be a strong foundation.
But I think that's what I'm saying is, like, we don't have to worry about we have our style set, right? So that's one thing that we don't have to worry about as a startup person. Startup person is like still maybe experimenting, still learning how to shoot flash, shoot OCF,
or even
right?
managing the back end of their
or
business.
Managing the back end. Like, so we have systems. So okay, cool. Now we don't have to really worry. It's always there for sure, but then like now we have the luxury to be artistic.
I would say another thing about us is I always make sure we're reliable.
Yeah.
I think that's the most important.
To the client?
For our couples to feel that they can trust us, we're reliable, we get the job done, and we also deliver. We don't try to like...
No extensions.
Yeah, there's no extensions. You're going to receive your product.
Yeah, there's never an extension. Yeah.
We have backups beyond backups where we'll make sure we're not going to lose your photos. And yeah, I just want at that time is to also be trustworthy and reliable as a business owner.
Yeah. Cool. How did you know you're heading in the right direction as you're making all of these decisions? Like, what were your markers like? Okay, I'm going to keep doing that.
Yeah, we knew. I mean, the best marker is getting more events every year, and every year after the third year, it just snowballed. Like, people discovered who we are. They're a group of friends, and there are other groups of friends. Like, they trust us because they either see us work on the floor during one of their friends' event. So I feel like when we hear those words from other couples, or we read reviews when our past clients would write us reviews, right? And just reading those words reassure that we're in the right direction.
If you didn't have that, like, because we have so many reviews now, which is awesome, right? But say if you were in the beginning and you weren't getting that type of feedback yet, and like, for example, Jenna wasn't getting a lot of feedback in the beginning for whatever reason, right? And so as an artist, maybe you go, is it me? Is it the economy? Like, how do you know if you're going in the right direction on what to change and pivot or improve? What would you say?
It will always come back to, hey, people are reaching out to you and wanting you. So I think that's a clear sign that's a good marker to have.
Yeah. But in the beginning, when you're maybe not getting that, how would you know if you're not getting the feedback yet?
Well,
like for you, for example, like in the
when
beginning,
we first started,
yeah. How did you know to keep going in that particular direction that you were going in?
Well, there was a time where we weren't getting anything, and I had to really readjust. But it was a difficult time with our story of how we first started. It was a juggle between college and a business career.
So you're like focus or?
Yeah. If I was 100% focused, and why I had to put nursing aside was to be 100% focused in photography. And when we're 100% focused in one thing, then we'll be successful at that one thing.
Yeah. Okay.
And once I maintained that focus, then we started to see the results. And we would speak about it in like our past podcasts a while ago, right? Is when because Megan and I, we started different side hustles back in the day. When we put 50% focus on one thing and 50% focus on another thing, we do see that one of our business suffers.
Oh yeah.
And I just feel we always come back to photography. We always come back in what we know best and how we can manage a photography business because we know it so well.
Yeah.
So having 100% focus on it, we do see the success immediately.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you get what you put in, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So what markers make you successful? Now, this is super broad, right? So we can go business-wise, we can go artist-wise, we can go personal.
We will go personal because I feel we are living the lifestyle that we always dreamt of as college students. We're like, hey, I want a job that's flexible. I want a job where we can hang out whenever we want to.
Ish. For the most part, yeah.
For the most part. But it's your own schedule in the comfort of an environment that you're willing to go to.
You can design your life to a pretty far extent, I'd say.
And when we did have a kid, we could have traveled. Which we did travel. We went and shot all over the nation, right? So I would say that is a success marker.
For you.
When I saw that you're able to sit at a desk and be HR and be the vice president and doing the meetings and the scheduling. Yeah. And also another success marker is seeing that your sister is able to live this life along with us. Yeah. And she no longer needs to find another side job during the week. And she was doing this full time. And on top of that, we hired an employee, a designated second photographer. So there were many success markers to be able to take care of everyone. Yeah. Yeah. And I feel that's a huge milestone. Yeah. And on top of all of that is to be able to, purchase a card that gets you from A to B, being able to put food on the table, the simplest things, right? And having a roof over your head. Yeah, yeah. Those are all the big ones, I think. And I think when, like, our Chino home, the first home, obviously, that was a really big one. I was like, wow, I'm so, like, proud of what we've done together. Yeah. Because I was, like, very content with that. I was just like, yeah, freedom. And then, being able to just take on new hobbies, too. Right? Like we actually had time to take on non-serious hobbies and dabble in those types of things and take those hobbies to like a pretty pro level, I'd say, like a prosumer level. I would say you took your hobby to a pro level. I mean, like your bike is like crazy or like, like anything that we wanted to get into, even like cooking. I got really into cooking during... You got really... COVID stuff, so pizza, like cutting my hair, but like, oh, cool. You want to go get like the best ish of that
that hobby or of that field, you can do it, right? So those were really cool success markers.
It really allowed us to expand our knowledge. That's the coolest thing of being a business owner. But it's not for everyone, I would say, but it's definitely, it fits us. Yeah. Because we're both leaders. Yeah. Even in our being in leaders in our family, right? Yeah. And we just have that personality, so it really fits us.
Yeah, I think the whole like my biggest win, I think, when I think back to all of the pain of working for other situations and stuff like that, I've done a bunch of different things. But when I was commuting, that was like the height of my pain, I guess, in terms of like working and doing the rat race in that world. Was like, dude, I want to work from home. After all my commuting and getting in accidents and injuries and stuff like that, I was like, I want to work from home. And I'm so grateful that we've built a life that I can do that. And then it worked even more because I wanted to be here for Bo for most of his young life. Yeah, that's really important to me.
Yeah, and it was crazy that we didn't plan for all that, and it just kind of fall into place.
I think subconsciously, because I was kind of like fighting it, the mommy thing, and maybe we can talk about that in another episode, but it's like denying what I'm here for. That's like, I'm here to give birth to this guy. And so I was like just putting it off for whatever reason. And that's just the way it turned out, which I'm grateful for. But I think in a way, like, we're always kind of planning for it. And you told me later too, like, remember when I told you with my letter, you're like, yeah, that's why I moved to Chino, because they at least have this nice school.
Oh yeah.
And I was like,
in case you change your mind.
In case you change your mind. Yeah. And I was like, oh, that was really sweet. So I think we were planning for it kind of subconsciously, even though we weren't really saying that long ago.
Oh yeah. It was just timing is never perfect, but yeah.
it's I like to say it's God's timeline, because it all worked out, Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So, what are you most proud of?
Well, let's start with you and what you think you're most proud of.
In the business wise, I think I said a little bit, which is like, we have the luxury to focus on artistic, endeavors and marketing, and be like, oh, like, how much marketing and can we spend? We even have money to spend on marketing, right? I think that's a great thing to be proud of, that we have allowance. Like when you work for yourself, it's like everything typically in the beginning goes back to the business. You don't even have allowance for things, right? So I'm really proud of that. I'm proud of the team that we've created. It's tighter now, but it's more systemized. I'm really proud of that. Like the fact that you've embraced systems. And I think better late than never, but like, it's always about systems in the end. It's like, what are the things that you do day in and day out? There should be a system for that, right?
Yeah,
it's as simple as that. And it doesn't even have to be like a big deal, but you're like, oh yeah, that's my system. And then
the system makes you fall in this line that you're supposed to always do,
and right? Having the flexibility to change it if it needs to be changed, and that is more challenging than it sounds, because you're used to your system, right? And so if the system gets interrupted in any way, even if it's more efficient, feels less efficient when you're trying to change or adapt or evolve, right? So I'm proud that we're able to do that, because there's so many things that are kind of like archaic with the business. And it's painful to change it. Like, it was painful to get all the pricing guides onto a different website and do that whole thing. We got to get a new domain. I'm like, what is the back end system? Oh, it's going to be painful, but it's going to be worth it, because when we make a change, it's just like that. Before, we used to do what? PDFs.
Oh yeah.
Like, oh, you got to go change the PDF every single time.
Yeah, before the PDF, it was paper.
It was paper. Yeah, it's crazy, dude. So yeah, just things like that I'm proud of, is the change in systems. What about you?
I'm very proud that we're able to take care of ourselves throughout being a business owner and being flexible within our schedule.
What do you mean, like financially, or?
No, to take care of ourselves by taking time and going, like for myself, to be able to go out in the trails and
Okay, health.
reset, take care of your health, and also like being able to eat well. And it's not like I feel like we do, but
Oh, we eat very good.
but we'll try. I mean, yeah, I'm trying at least.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
best I can do is like not eat breakfast. What else?
But yeah, other things is being able to. I got a brain fart. What was the question again?
Oh, what are you most proud of?
So I'm most proud that I get to work with you. We get to work together for the past 16 years.
You're not annoyed by all my like Debbie Downer moments? Because
No, not
I
really.
shoot a lot of your ideas down because I'm always I feel like I'm the realist and you're the dreamer.
Yeah, but no, I don't get annoyed. I mean, after 16 years, I don't get annoyed. I mean, if I was annoyed, we won't be working together after 16 years, you know?
No, I mean, I think because the whole thing, oh, you work with your spouse, da 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 da. But yeah, I think
It was very hard at first, but
Yeah.
then once we were able to say, hey, you're good at this role. You're going to lead in this role. I'm going to lead in this role. And once we figured out our hats, like, yeah,
It was
we're not
easier,
really
yeah.
butting heads.
yeah,
And after we figured out, going back to your systems, it really made it more enjoyable to run a business together.
yeah. I think I too is like if I just accept that I'm going to be a follower in these lanes because I'm like you. Like honestly, that's like my nature to be the way that you are. But I'm like, I want peace. So I will choose the path to follow, and I would choose the path to like surrender, and not in like a weak way, because I feel some people. Oh, my camera will be really dark. Some people will misconstrue that, but I think that's a positive thing, and it's a thing that's essential for us, especially being married, for sure. That I should surrender to you. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Do you want me to fix that light?
Yeah.
We're back. Yeah, so I was distracted by that light.
Yeah, I was like, uh-oh.
But you were saying,
Yeah, surrendering and being a follower, I think, is essential for us. And it works for us.
it
And
does work for us.
Yeah. I think,
It also, it also translates into our marriage as well.
yeah, I think it's very important. Like, you can't have two...
You can't have two leaders.
Two leaders, yeah. You
It's-
must have
it's like
one
too
leader.
many brains.
I can be a leader in other things, and I think as somebody who's been marketed to with the whole feminist movement since I was young, and be like, oh, be a boss. What is it? Boss bitch or whatever. All these like dumb marketing things that kind of play with your head. I think as a woman, I'll speak to that. For me, that was confusing because you think you need to fight and you need to be a leader and all of these things that I think you shouldn't be doing. I think they should be teaching collaboration with men and collaboration with your husband and supporting your husband and supporting your other half. Teamwork versus
Competitive.
competing, which is the men are from Mars and women are from Venus sort of like movement that happened all throughout the 90s, subtly influencing all these people. I think that's, in my opinion, wrong. So, yeah, I'm very proud of us and that we figured that out and that we stuck through it. You know, I feel like in a lot of ways, like the business was the glue for us because we started so early. It was like, not only are we dating, but now we're in business together, but we weren't officially. So it was like, I'm glad that we stuck it through. No one was like, what are we doing? No, I'm going to stop. Like we just
powered through.
Everything.
We wanted a life, and I mean a life that we dreamt together, right? And how we designed our lifestyle.
I think
today.
no matter what, I trusted in whatever you were doing, even though I didn't always feel good at the end of the day after a wedding or something, like, or I was like confused or whatever. I was like, whatever, like, I just want to be with him. I want to be with you, and I'll just stick with him, whatever his vision is. And I think whatever that was, like, it just powered me through all those maybe weird or tough times in the beginning, because you're just like, what? We're doing this, okay. and then like 10 years go by.
It was, man. In our 20s, we were hustling.
Yeah.
And we're still hustling today. Yeah, it just never stops when you're a business owner.
Yeah.
It just never stops.
How do you feel about it now?
I'm still hustling.
Yeah. Do you like it still?
I still like it. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a challenge. Mm-hmm. And without this challenge, boredom really kills you.
Boredom is a killer.
Yeah. So that's the cool thing about being a business owner. You're always a starving artist. And if you don't have the funds, you're going to be pushing.
Oh, you wish you were starving.
I'm starving.
You ain't starving, fool.
We are starving. This mortgage is high.
Oh, the mortgage, yeah. Yeah. Hey, but we are grateful that we could pay it.
Yeah.
All right, anything else?
No, I think that's it.
All right, cool.
Thank you for chiming in.
And